California Governor Gavin Newsom once again butting heads with Trump and also Republicans.
But this time, he's vowing to wield gerrymandering in his state to neutralize any seats Republicans may gain in the House due to Texas' controversial redistricting efforts. Let's take a look.
Hey, President Trump, it's time to stand down. It's time to make another phone call to Greg Abbott. This time, instead of calling him and telling him you're quote unquote entitled to 5 congressional seats, it's time to tell him to stand down. If you don't, California will neutralize anything you do in the state of Texas. California will continue to punch above its weight. We're not going to sit back and watch you light democracy on fire. We will fight fire with fire.
Newsom posting that video to social media Monday as Texas Democratic lawmakers are now in their 9th day of self-imposed exile in order to deny the legislature a chance to vote on the new maps.
Newsom's threat wasn't taken well on the right. Here's Texas Governor Greg Abbott's response on CNN last night.
All those big blue states, they've already gerrymandered. They got nothing left with regard to what they can do. And know this, if California tries to gerrymander 5 more districts, listen, Texas has the ability to eliminate 10 Democrats in our state. We can play that game more than they can because they have fewer Republican districts in their states.
But, okay, this is the problem. The American people don't want to be part of this game. They literally want the census to work how it was made to work. And so this whole gerrymandering back and forth, even though historically I know it's happened on both sides, I don't agree with it on either side. I think it should follow the rules of the census, which is intentionally, or Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which is that if states grow and have communities of color and things like that, then the representation should grow as well, and the maps should reflect that. Like, these are the points of the census. I mean, that's the point. Every 10 years we have a system. And I actually appreciate that Democrats who are long criticized for not doing anything but sitting back and complaining are actually doing something. I don't agree that this issue in gerrymandering is the one that I would prefer, but there still is something being done. They're not just sitting back and taking it to a vote in Texas and allowing it. And then other Democrats across the country are stepping up like, okay, if you want to break the rules, we'll break the rules. And I know it's technically not breaking the rules, but it's not representing the American people in the way that we want these maps to represent people. And there's multiple examples of, undercounting in the census, overcounting. And so it's not perfect, but it also doesn't require a political affiliation to say, oh, we need some more seats, we need some more votes. Come on, let's just change it because this works in our favor. I don't like it.
Democrats and Republicans gerrymander their districts like crazy because, and what's interesting about this is both parties have an incentive to have gerrymandered districts, and they almost want to let, like, okay, you're a red state, so that's fine. We're going to token opposition to what you're doing, but we do it too in our blue state. And what's so interesting is they just want to have safe districts for each other. So, like, they don't want a competitive district because they don't want to, like, both sides want, instead of having 5 districts where each are evenly split and Republicans and Democrats, like, either side could win and they actually have to campaign, they'd rather just have, even in the red leaning state, the Democrats say, okay, yeah, take your 3 or your 4 and we'll have our 1, and our 1's safe for me and your 4 are safe. They'd rather have it this way than have them all even so that they have to fight in each one of them. So there's just huge incentive to like make this thing in a way that is not favorable from Democratic accountability standpoint. I don't know how you fix it, and
like a
you're
disaster.
Never going to get buy-in from the two parties to fix it. So this is kind of one of those problems where I'm like, there is no reasonable solution because the people who would have to sit down and look at this and say, we're doing this a bad way, but it advantages them to do it like this, and both sides. So,
and I think people are just expecting more. This is literally what ignited the MAGA base, right? People are expecting more from, or actually not even more, something different than what has historically existed from new leaderships. People are arguing for Democrats to bring in young voices, new ideas. What I just watched between Newsom and the governor Abbott, that's ridiculous to see 2 leaders get on screen and say, well, I'm going to do this. I mean, they felt like grade school. And so that's the point that's disheartening and just completely ineffective when there's real people who feel underrepresented across the country. There's real data that shows that, districts have grown in size. Like Texas has grown its population of Black and Latino people extreme levels, but none of the maps have reflected that in any way. And so I think that is a conversation and it's not going to stop. And I think real people are affected by these games that they're playing. Well, after the deadly CDC shooting, employees are reportedly turning their anger toward RFK Jr. I'll talk about it next in My Lens. Stick around.